Hi, my name is Daisy, and I am an ex-alcoholic. I held myself accountable on TikTok from day 3, so like my whole entire journey of getting sober is on this app, on this account, and I get asked so often how much I drank when I was an alcoholic, and I don't know if that's either because people are trying to gauge if their consumption is considered being an alcoholic or alcohol abuse, or if they're almost like trying to insult me by saying that I never was an alcoholic, or that I wouldn't, because I've had those comments before, which is just weird and strange, right? I don't know. But let me just say, I hated alcohol. As a young teen, you get into situations where you might try alcohol here or there, and I freaking hated it. I had no good experiences, didn't like it. So I ended up starting by like drinking wine coolers here and there, just like have a good time, go to the river, hang out, chill. And then I went through a pretty bad breakup, and I lived pretty far away from my siblings, and my mom was in prison, and my dad's deceased, and my bio dad's not in the picture, and I ended up finding like a mixture of liquor and soda that I liked, and it's not one you've ever heard of. I have thousands of comments on this last video trying to guess what it is. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, that's weird. I'm gonna tell you the one alcohol soda combination that I did like that's just, it's literally promoting the exact thing that I don't promote, which is abusing alcohol, right? Regardless, no one has ever guessed it correctly, so whatever. The point of this is that whenever I found something that I liked, I couldn't stop, and it was helping me with those feelings of lonely and that breakup and being far away from my family. So it went from me just dabbling in it to finding something I liked to being like, oh, well, I'm bored, this is gonna help me sleep better, I'm not gonna have to deal with these emotions or these feelings, I'll drink tonight. And then I was drinking so much into the night or starting early afternoon that I would start drinking in the morning because I would start to feel bad, and it would help me to feel less bad. And then that started with like, oh, why don't I just drink before work? And then that started with, while I'm drinking at work and getting away with it, why not continue? Why not be drunk at work if I could be? And that was a horrific mindset to have, right? But I really didn't have people around me at the start of my alcoholism. Like, it wasn't necessarily that I was doing it in secret or private. Like, technically I was, because I knew I shouldn't be drinking at work, but it was more so that no one was around at the time that it started to point out that it was becoming to be a problem. And I kind of knew that it was when it got to points where I would like try to stop or slow down, and I just could not get through one single day without it. My emotional dependency with alcohol was so much quicker, faster, and stronger than the physical dependency was. And it got to the point where like I would try to switch from liquor to wine, or switch from liquor to mixed drinks, or switch from drinking just straight up liquor to other things, to beer, to try to negate how much I was consuming, but tell my body I was still consuming it so that I wouldn't have those like withdrawal symptoms. There are so many times I look back where I thought I just had like the worst, most severe hangover of my life, and I actually was going through like horrific withdrawal. And once I would get over the sickness and consume more alcohol, I would be totally fine because my body was like that dependent upon it. Long story short, I never took counted how much I drank. As an alcoholic, some people just have like one liquor, one bottle, they buy a certain amount of bottles, whatever. I just never really stopped, but I wasn't a blackout person. Like, I wasn't a person who wanted to black out. I wanted to like very consistently consume my alcohol because I wanted to feel the feeling that alcohol gave me. I didn't want to black out because to me that was pointless. And again, there are a lot of different variations of alcohol abuse, but that is kind of what mine was, and like why I consumed it the way that I did. I remember when I was trying to cut back, I was drinking about 8 shots of 99 proof vodka every single day, and I would go buy those from the gas station, and then every 2 hours I would drink a shot. And sometimes I would like look at the clock and only drink half and wait for like 30 minutes to pass and drink the other half, because I really was trying to stop drinking as much alcohol. What I should have been doing was drinking more water, focusing on more healthy things, and putting other things into my body besides just alcohol. My nutrition was horrible. My face bloated and swelled. My endometriosis was like the worst it's ever been. My dental health was deteriorating rapidly. I was losing weight, but at the same time I was retaining water, so I was like puffing up, but I was maintaining the same weight, if not losing weight, and I'm already pretty small to begin with, so that was quite dangerous. But I just don't think that there's like a special cocktail, for lack of a better term. There is no special mix or special amount or special anything that considers you to be abusing alcohol. You just either are or you aren't, you know? You either have an emotional dependency and so you're dependent upon alcohol, which is addiction, or you have a physical dependency. And if you have a physical dependency, you probably also have the emotional dependency. My mental health was as worst as it's ever been in my whole entire life, and I had a rough childhood, considering the details I told you in the beginning of this video. So I just don't think it matters how much you consume alcohol. If you have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, you're abusing alcohol. If you have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, you might have alcohol addiction. You know, you might be an alcoholic. But I no longer am one. So if you have any questions, let me know. My whole story's on here, like my whole story. But if you're curious, I'm an open book.